Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you're doing well because today we're talking about Weird, the Al Yankovic story. This video will contain no spoilers, no plot details other than what the basic structure is of this movie, which I feel like you should know. Other than that, I'm giving away nothing. I'm not going to tell you anything. I want you to see and experience this all for yourself. So this movie is originally based off a skit that came out in 2010, I think. We're going back in time now. And the skit was basically a parody on biopics, and people kept asking Al for the next decade, when is the movie going to get made? And now we have the movie. Now, I learnt this information after the fact. I went in thinking that this was a legitimate biopic, like how we've had Rocket Man, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Dirt on Netflix with Motley Crue. I thought it was one of those. And I was genuinely interested in actually seeing how Weird Al made it work, considering his unorthodox style. But about 30 seconds in, I realized that this is a parody of a biopic. Sorry, you're not seeing it, but I'm saying so much and I'm cutting it out because I just don't want you to know anything. Other than the fact that this is one of the most amazing biopic comedy parodies I've ever seen. If you have to pick a flaw with this movie, it's that it's a very niche genre made for a very niche audience, which includes me. So I might be a little biased in my opinion to this movie. But I had an absolute blast. This was one of the funniest movies I have seen in years. So many comedies feel very generic in their approach to jokes and setups for jokes, where this felt like I went back in time and I was watching something like UHF for the first time again. Now, how does UHF stack up compared to this? This feels like it has a much bigger production, like this is really a bigger movie. But they're very on par with one another. I don't think I could pick one over the other, as it currently stands. Maybe UHF, just because it's special in the way that Weird Al is in it. This new movie really knocked it out of the park and surprised the hell out of me. I thought it would be good, but not as great as it is. Now, being a parody of a biopic, not everything that happens is true, despite what the film tries to make you believe. And that's okay, it really elevates the comedy. But knowing that a lot of the things that happened were true as well, and not knowing which ones are and aren't, can make it a little bit hard to know when exactly you're supposed to be laughing. But I think it's also a pro, it's part of its charm. You don't know what exactly actually happened and didn't happen. I mean, there's some things clearly that did not happen. You'll know it when you watch it. So ultimately, it can be a con, but I think it adds to its charm. I mean, it's a movie about Weird Al Yankovic, involving Weird Al writing and creating this movie. It was always going to be weird. You can tell that Weird Al had a huge hand in this and had an absolute blast making it. Daniel Radcliffe blew me away, honestly. He was very impressive, which might surprise some people. I think that was one of the elements that made me think that this would be a legitimate biopic, because you have an A-list actor joining the cast, but no. He knew what this movie was too. I love that man's career. Ever since the Harry Potter franchise, he's just done as many strange things as possible, and this is great. So for me, this is hands down the best non-fictional, completely true, unexaggerated biopic I have ever seen. And this movie had one of the best endings to a movie I have ever seen. Period. So good that I'm bumping the score up for this movie by an entire point. So for me, Weird, the Al Yankovic story is going to get a 9 out of 10. Solid as hell. But it's made for a very niche audience, and not everybody's going to enjoy this as much as I did. I mean, it's a 9 out of 10 from me, what I think of it, but I understand that this isn't going to be a masterpiece that stands the test of time. This is just a great time. Please watch all the way through the credits as well. They're also a blast. There's so much I want to talk about, but I don't want to spoil anything. I want you to experience it for yourself. Anyway, if you haven't already, consider subscribing if you want to hang around, see me talk about some more movies. Consider liking the video if this is a review you like and you want to see more like these. Maybe I'll talk about some more biopics. I doubt that any of them will be as fun as this one. If you've made it all the way through to the end of the video, you're a bloody legend, and hopefully I'll catch you guys next time. Bye guys.